Good evening, everyone. So we all are gathered here to discuss a course and we need to learn something new, that is Microsoft Sentinel from Black Hat Commando. So firstly, I wanted to introduce myself that I am Sunil Kumar, working as a SOC analyst at X company. So which is a big MNC. So I wanted to reveal that company name in further classes. But as of now, I'm a SOC analyst having 4+ years experience, and currently I'm working as L2. Okay. So in today's class, we are going to learn, or we are going to know about what is Microsoft Sentinel. Okay. So you all are aware about SIM. So whoever don't know about what is SIM, even from 0% knowledge in Microsoft Sentinel or in SOC. Okay, so I'll explain very few things in SOC, like what is SOC, how SOC works. But in this course, I or we are mainly focused on Microsoft Sentinel SIM tool. Okay, so once again, we are going to mostly focus on Microsoft Sentinel. So without further delay, we are going to see everything in forward. Okay. So before we talk about Sentinel, or we need to deploy the Sentinel tool in our Azure account, we need to clear few things like prerequisites. What are prerequisites? Like if you are going to use any Microsoft Sentinel tool or any other course or any other things you wanted to learn, to so few important terms you need to must and should know yourself for that course. So but in Black Hat Commando, for each and every course, we will start a prerequisites for each and every course to enhance and boost your confidence into 100%. Okay, so in first 2 to 3 classes, I am not going to show any of the Sentinel tool. Okay, but for your confidence, for your belief, I am going to show the Sentinel tool here itself right now for 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so just quickly give me a chance to share that screen. Okay, so just a moment, I'm sharing that. So I guess now Sentinel tool has been shared here. Okay, so here you can see when I has opened, you can directly see logs. Okay, so here the logs page has been showing. Okay, so there is a simple mode and there is a KQL mode. Okay, so you can write KQL queries in further of classes. We are going to learn even KQL. So KQL is nothing but it's a Kusto query language. So that using that queries, we are going to fetch some data. Okay. So for example, if I open this cursor or the arrow mark here, here you can see the particular data according to the event. Okay. So for example, for your purpose, I just wanted to fetch only few results for this event ID. So I won't explain this query, what it is, how it is, why it is, but I'm execute this query and I'll show the result to you. And after that, we are going back to our previous where we have stopped the first class and we are going to start that continuously. For your confidence and your boost, to increase your productivity or to believe what Sentinel, how Sentinel looks, I'm going to show here for 2 to 3 minutes itself. So I have written a small query. That query is nothing but security event table where the event ID is 4688. So each and every log contains where the event ID is 4688. That means a new process has been created. You see here, there are 633 results in the last 24 hours. Okay, all the here you can see in the down, bottom, down, right side of the screen, you can see here total 633 results are there. Okay, so here what we can see, how the logs are there to fetch particular result, we use KQL. Okay, did you understand? I hope you people understand. So now we will move into the another part, that is incidents. So what is an incident, how an incident occurs, and how incident triaging happens. These all things we are going to learn in further classes. As of now, this is how Microsoft Sentinel looks. Each and every thing in the general and threat management and content hub we are going to see, because as a SOC analyst perspective, you need to learn each and every option in the Microsoft Sentinel and how it works. As an admin, I am having full access, but in when you are in a production environment, you are having limited access up to the SOC analyst. So I am going to tell what are the roles in the SOC or Sentinel tool. We are also going to discuss in further classes about the roles and responsibilities of each and every SOC analyst. So now I'm going back towards to the presentation and we move forward for the prerequisites. Okay, so now quickly let me share PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so here you can see we need to learn what is a security operation center and what is a cloud and where it will located, and along with that, inside the cloud, what are the types of cloud environment we can see, and also what is an endpoint detection response, what is an extensive detection response, and security SIM, that means security information and event management, and also along with that SOAR, security orchestration, automation, and response. These all are the things we are going to know in this class. Before starting Sentinel, we need to know must and should all these things in this class. So without further delay, I'm going to start the class. So the first thing that I wanted to share about knowledge SOC. So what is SOC? So the full form of the SOC is Security Operations Center. Okay. Security Operations Center. Okay. So why SOC? The answer would be here is before existing of SOC, there is no SOC in the world a few years ago. Okay, there is no SOC. At that time, for example, let us take a car industry. So So this is a company called a car industry. Let us take an example of Kia, a Kia car. So they are having their all the servers, either it would be cloud or on premises. I'll tell each and related thing about cloud in next slide. Okay. So these are some servers and these are some monitors which they will operate each and everything related to Kia car. So as of now, we know that most of the cars are related to digital related cars. So this is an industry, car industry. Okay. So this is a car. So this is a car. Okay. This is a Kia car. It is fully digital car. Okay. So each and every car has right now or nowadays having an operating system or a software that is connected to the car company's servers. For example, if you take Tesla, the most popular car is Tesla. Okay. And also you can say like Rolls Royce or any of the, not even cars. You can take any of the department or industries. Just a little example, I have taken a car industry. Okay, for to understand or to make you understand about the real time situation. So this car has internally connected to this car industry called Kia. Their servers will start replying to this car. When this car has been started, it will fetch the details whether the user has been authenticated or not. All the details they will transfer through public network. Okay. So which is called internet. So in this internet, there are so many hackers. Who are they? Their motive is to down the servers, or their motive is to uh, do the breach of whole data related to the particular industry, and they will sell those data inside the dark web. Okay, these type of attacks should not happen. Okay, in previous, before SOC existing, this would be the scenario. Okay, when the SOC came into the market. Okay, uh, carefully listen here. When the SOC comes into the market, so the SIM tool has been introduced into the cybersecurity market. Each and every industry started a third party solution or internal solution called SOC. Here there are SOC team will monitor all these computers, and also they will monitor all the servers related to the car industry. So the hacker before tried to fetch the details from the car. When there is no SOC, he would be easily grab the details, because there is no SOC who should monitor what traffic is going, what traffic is coming inside the servers. But now the SOC team has been introduced in the Kia industry, where all the members of SOC will observe each and every endpoint, like each and every computer, server, firewall, router, DHCP, and etc. All the devices inside the environment. Okay. So when SOC comes into the market, the network monitoring traffic is easier, and also the hackers are still trying to uh, hack the servers, but the SOC team has detected before the hacker started hacking, and they have given the patch solution, or they recommended to do some fine refined solution to the particular industry or particular department in the company. Okay, so when these type of hackers are trying to hack, before we don't have any SOC, but in the existing market the cyber threat or the world has been become into the fully digitalized. Now the SOC has been introduced into the market since few years. The SOC team is efficiently working on proactively for the incidents where hackers are trying for phishing, like ransomware, DDoS, DOS, and etc. attacks. So this is how the SOC evolution was evolved here. So now I'll erase all these things. So I have completed. So here we have discussed about SOC. What is SOC? Why we need to use SOC? What is the before existence of SOC and after existence of SOC? We have discussed. Now cloud. Okay, so we need to discuss about cloud. Okay, now what is cloud? So before existing of cloud, so this is a company called Genpact. Okay, this company gives web services and digital services, courses. So some kind of services this company will give when before the cloud existence. Okay. So at this time, they need to maintain the particular servers in their own company. These are the servers related to each and every department, or the every product related to the every service related to the Genpact. So this is on premises. So what is on premises? Here on premises means the servers which are inside your own company, which are having your own equipment of hardware, those are called on premises server. So from the on premises server, it was connected to the internet, and users connected your sites using this on premises before cloud existence. Okay, so what are the drawbacks that would be discussed here? So when you are having a server, so let us assume this is a server. So inside this server, it would be having a 1 TB SSD and 250 TB HDD, and also some other specifications. Okay, 32 GB RAM. So when you have hosted one application here, it will consume only 5 GB 5 GB application and 2 GB data which is stored in this application. Okay, the major problem would occur here that if you can see there are 250 TB HDD and there are 1 TB SSD is available in this server, but you are running or you have used only 7 GB inside the whole server. That means there is a huge wastage of data storage. Okay, so here there would be very huge data storage would be wasted inside that server. But along with that, high consumption of electricity. Okay, these two are major drawbacks of on-premises servers. Still, in nowadays, people are using on-premises for their private cloud because of security issues. Okay, this is not an big issue. And another thing would be high cost. So one is huge data storage was wasted. Secondly, high electricity consumption. Thirdly, high cost for the hardware solutions when before the cloud existence. Now, we will discuss after existence of cloud. So cloud services like Amazon Web Services, Azure, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Services or Google's cloud provider, Linode, and etc. cloud providers. So what they use it to do, they will create a big data center. Okay. Okay. In this big data center, they will install the servers inside the rows and columns and racks, and they will give access to users in different types of features. What the features are? So before discussing those features, before cloud, we have discussed that these are the drawbacks. What the drawbacks was covered through cloud. Okay. So in this particular server, let us take this server only. Inside this server, there would be 20 to 30 users or different users are using same resources without interrupting each other in the same server. That means cost effective is less cost, thing number one. And utilized storage. What is utilized storage? In previously, we have discussed that they have used only 7 GB of the full storage and rest of the storage was remains empty. That was not using by anyone and it was wasted. But now 20 to 30 customers are using the same storage. That means and per head can use 100 GB itself. Then obviously all the storage would be easily consumed. And if we use one server for one particular company, it would be high cost of electricity. Now, 20 to 30 users are paying to the cloud, and those 20 to 30 users paid amount will be same kind of electricity or same amount of electricity units were consumed here also. So, less electricity cost. Okay. So these three things were covered through cloud services. Okay. So now we will discuss. So here we have discussed about cloud and data centers. Now what is Iaas, Paas and Saas overview? Okay. So what is Iaas? So inside cloud, there is a feature called Iaas, infrastructure as a service. So what is infrastructure as a service? That means you can directly say you just purchase cloud account and you need to deploy your own systems, servers, etc. That means I'll explain it clearly. So, for example, I am a user. I wanted to set up a company. So that company, I don't have anything except money. Okay. I don't have anything. Like I have only one laptop and I have certain amount of in my credit card or debit card. So I wanted to keep an service based company. So I don't have anything except my own laptop. So what I can do is here, I will create a cloud account. Okay. Step number one, I will create a cloud account. It would be any service provider, either AWS or Azure, GCP, anywhere. Okay, cloud account. After that, I will start setup account. In this account, I will create users. So with that users, I will create VMs. That means I will directly, I won't provide any hardware to my employees, but I will give one IP address which are hosted in the cloud. That computer he can directly access from his computer at home or anywhere itself. He will directly access that computer. But here in Iaas, what I can do is I will set up whole configuration. So if I want 1 GB RAM, 10 TB storage. So if I want 16 GB RAM, 32 TB storage, 256 SSD, like that, whatever the storage or whatever the configuration required to me, I will set up myself from scratch. From scratch. Okay. So from scratch, you need to set up your cloud account is called Iaas. So let us quickly discuss about what is Paas. It is called as platform as a service. So let us assume you are having a company and you just wanted, or you are a developer. Let us assume you are a developer for easy understanding. You just wanted to launch a product or any service. So you just directly purchase cloud account along with VM configuration predefined. So these two you will combinedly take at a time. After that, you will deploy your code. Okay, that means you just need to set up your account along with the VM configuration. Which is predefined configurations. You don't need to set up any configuration setup, any VM setup to that cloud as compared to Iaas. You just need to deploy your. You just need to firstly you need to create a cloud account. You just select what type of system you want, Windows system or uh, Linux system or Unix system or the variants of the system you can select, and just you need to create login credentials. Just you need to start the service, that is Paas. Okay, so now moving further, what is SaaS? So here we can discuss SaaS is nothing but software as a solution. Best example is Microsoft Sentinel. So here what you need to do is create cloud account. Okay, just launch application. That's it. It is SaaS. So you need to create your account and you need to launch that application which is already existed in that cloud. Okay. So you don't need to worry about infrastructure. You don't need to worry about the platform. You just directly create your account and launch the application. So I hope you all understand the concept of SaaS, Iaas, Paas. Okay, moving forward, we will discuss further things. If you are having any doubts, okay, you can ping me in the chat. So, in previously we have discussed that what SOC do. Okay, here you can see when SOC analysts were combinedly sit in a SOC room, they will start doing log management. That means what type of logs they are receiving. In that, is there any threat related logs are receiving or not? And also threat detection rules they will keep. Also, they will add threat intelligence like malicious IPs, malicious domains which are related to malware, phishing. These type of predefined configurations has been set up, completed. And after that, they will do incident response by using the analytic rules in the Sentinel. What so and so type of data will occur inside the logs. That time they will write a rule and they will showcase the rule has been triggered as an alert, and that incident would be going to be resolving. So when those type of alerts occurred, if it is a false positive user related activity, they will fine tune those alerts. And also they will do the recovery if any true positive occurs. I will discuss regarding these things in further classes. If any true positive occurs, they will recover those things and they will remediation inside that particular endpoint or account. And after that, finally, they will root cause why this situation was happened. Okay, these all the things they will do in the SOC room. Okay, so we'll move forward for another topic. So this is how a security operation center looks. So most of the secure SOC team will sit here and they'll combine it together, resolving the incidents, and they create real-time dashboards to get threats, anomalies, and user-related and network-related behavior analytics. These are all things they will set up predefined inside a SIM tool, and also they will use some third-party applications which are legitimate to uh, expose the security inside an organization. Okay. So this is how a data center looks like. Okay. In the columns, rows, they are having different types of servers in the racks. Those racks, each and every server having some configuration that would be using by different types of users without colliding each other. That configuration has been done through Amazon or Microsoft. So now we have discussed about cloud. So there are different types of clouds are present. Public cloud, private cloud, multi-cloud, okay, hybrid cloud. Okay. So we can just take an example that Microsoft Azure, AWS, and Google Cloud Provider are those public clouds. That means anyone can access. Okay. And when it comes to Azure Stack, that means a company has registered only particularly that server should access to the only for those environment. Okay. For the same AWS outposts and Google Anathos. The names are different. The functioning and each and everything is same. Here, user can see any website posted in public. Okay, but here only internal users who has access. Those who has access, they only can access this private cloud. When a company is using, okay, when a company is using both public and private together is called hybrid cloud. Okay. And when it comes to multi-cloud, so a company is using Microsoft Azure as well as AWS. So both combination, it would be called multi-cloud. Okay. So they use both the services at a time for their particular services related or product related activities. They use multi-cloud. Okay. This is how the cloud has been described in 4 types of cloud. So now we will discuss what is an EDR, what is an XDR, what is a SIEM, and what is a SOAR. EDR is nothing but endpoint detection and response behavior monitoring for endpoints. That means an agent will install inside your computer that will monitor entire the traffic of your computer, like inbound, outbound traffic, incoming traffic, outgoing traffic. If it is observes any type of malicious predefined, for example, EDR server has predefined signatures to detect easily. Beyond that, if the patterns, and also it is having some patterns of lists, if the patterns also matched with that EDR, it will generate incidents. So EDR generally used for endpoints for a particular system, not whole entire network. It is used for a single endpoint. And also the advanced version of XDR, extended detection response. It is beyond the EDR, which monitors the behavior of the particular endpoint. It will detect before an attack should be occurred in an endpoint. it will detect easily and it will stop. In EDR, you cannot stop the attack, you can just detect the attack. But in XDR, you can prevent the attack by using XDR solutions. Okay. Now coming to the SIEM, security event information and event management. Here we can take the example of Sentinel. So it will collect all the types of different tools, different sources, logs at center of centralized management tool called Sentinel, where you can write rules to detect incident alerts, and also you can visualize all the data related to the logs, and you can correlate each other inside that SIM. Okay, so in further, I will explain what is a SIM in clearly while we are doing practical. Okay, now coming to the SOAR. What is SOAR? SOAR is an activity which is beyond the SIM. That means simply we can say when an attack is going to occur, we just automate that incident, that when these type of attack occurs, it will automatically take into this particular location, and now there it should be removed from the network, and also remove all those data, and uh, next you need to remediate each and every solution and clear the antivirus solution from there, and you need to detect some threats inside that particular endpoint, and also you can see like back up the data inside the particular system, and you need to kept into the network by using playbooks. It should be by default it should be predefined inside the SOAR activities. Okay, so this is what these four things does. In deep, we'll discuss in further. So now we need to discuss what is blue team and red team and violet team. Okay. So blue team always monitor the real-time security events and incident response, and also they does why it was happened, how it was happened, and also they will check for is there any threats related to that particular data. Red team related to vulnerability assessments. That means they are having a particular product, it is working up to the point or not, and also they do different types of attacks on their own system or own network for a testing purpose, for more security exposure for the public. That means if they directly uh, do the any website inside the production environment without having any testing related activities, then that website may occur inside the security or threat related activities. Before launching those type of websites or any products or any applications, penetration testers will be there in red team, and they will start doing attack inside a testing environment. If the test cases are passed, then only they will give a certificate to produce in the production environment. And also they will do inside a social engineering activities for the each and every employee, that he is up to the mark, that he has already aware of different types of cyber security threats, attacks by social engineering, phishing, malware related activities. So when an email occurs, is that email really uh, from the same legitimate domain or not, whether he should click that link or not. These type of activities they will internally kept to their employees, and also simulate advisories on different types of attacks they will perform, whether the network is capable for detecting those or not. So these blue and red team always related to each other but differentiate it one. Okay. Now purple team. So what purple team? When red team and blue team combinedly works at one particular solution is called purple teaming. They only attack, they only uh, manage, or they only patch that particular solution. Okay, so these type of drastic upscaling of both teams are called purple teaming. So now in this class we are going to see threat and vulnerabilities and risk at a time in a simple example. Okay, so this is the final topic in this class. Okay, so threat attacker is any hacker. He start initiate before initiating he should gather information. With that information he has started a payload and he has kept started initiate the threat, and when it exploits, that means the payload has been worked. Okay, that exploits that becomes into the vulnerability, that means a loophole to that particular service, that causing to a different solution. It is whether a web server or a database, it could be anything, and what service it is going to cause that loophole payload. So when it was detected on a particular service, it was producing the data breach, it would be the risk for that particular organization. Okay, it is a big impact that uh, can be leads to data breach to the security or hackers who has trying to locate or who has trying to exploit different types of vulnerabilities in the internet exposure. Okay, this is how a threat attacker initiates the payload till the risk occurs. Okay, so I hope you all are understand about this lecture thoroughly. If you are having any doubts, you can directly ask me. Okay, in our social media, or you can directly ask me in WhatsApp, etc., etc., where I can give the accurate responses when I'm available. Okay, uh, we'll meet in the next class. Till then, tata, bye bye. Signing off, Black Hat Commando.